why can't he compromise? Why is it so hard for him to understand that the world isn't in black and white? You can be gray as well. Everyone in the fandom feels he's a grayish character. Why can't you, Caleb, understand that you can be gray as well? You don't have to be an ass or be a hero. You don't have to choose like one side, one opposite side of each other. You can be both. You can be an ass and be okay with that, and be a not needing to be a hero so much. I have learned a lot about Chinese culture through this game. Make sure have you eaten is a common greeting, but it can also be used as a casual way for people to say I care about, missed you. Yeah. That's why I hate it. Why does he have to force us to hate him? Does it make it easier for him somehow? I don't think so. Just like that, he left, Ahmed, and we haven't seen him again in main story. Are you for real? But then we keep seeing him in his memories like nothing happened. What the fuck? Is how can they? What? His next main story section should be in another couple months. Let's hope they cannot keep me this way for much longer. I'm gonna trash info. How can we survive? I don't know. Maybe denial. Denial. Caleb turns around, his back disappearing as it gets farther and farther away. The fleet ships take off and disappear into the sky, becoming specks in the distance.
I was so bored without you. I almost became a shriveled up peach. By the way, Jenna mentioned you were at Sky Haven for a wedding. What kind of wedding lasts that long?
Oh, you know, my old friend is...
My boss is calling. Let's catch up later.
I end the call and put my phone back into my pocket. That's when I notice there's a strange object in it. Huh? When did this... I take it out to get a closer look under the sun. It's an old yellow piece of paper with a kid's handwriting. Forgiveness coupon for Caleb. He's so unfair. He's so unfair. He's so fucking unfair. This is not fair. That is not okay. Holding it, I feel a wave of sadness, like bubbles ready to burst, erupt from the depths of my heart. I can't figure out what's real or fake with Caleb, but what I know for sure is that this person who's important to me, I don't want to lose him a second time. I think like the emotions from the whole two chapters are finally catching up to me. I'm like laughing, but I feel like the knot in my throat as well. I need to laugh, but I can't help but cry. Ah, se pegó. Creo que si eres tú. Ay. Hugs. Hugs for everyone. I feel so much for my Killis at this moment. I'm so sorry you all had to experience this. This is so unfair. The Far Space Fleet has the spatial core fragment, and with that, the chapter and explosion incident draws to a close. However, Mia's fate is enshrouded in mystery, and Kevi's future is uncertain with that ship. This isn't an ending, but the beginning of another story. An invisible web has been cast, with the ether core acting as a lead ball. As a result, it has created a gravitational field that's as strong as a black hole. Ever, the Far Space Fleet, myself, who knows how many more pieces are being pulled in. Either way, they're slowly or quickly rolling into a void. The Turing chip, the Fountain of Ate, those patients turn into monsters via experiments. Everything seems to lead back to one source, the professor who's lurking in the shadows. In the heart of Skyhaven's main island, the opposite the airspace center are rows and rows of new buildings that popped up recently. Inside one of them, researchers are scurrying around with papers and walking into different labs. They are preparing to announce the biggest breakthrough of the century, so there's no room for mistakes. Caleb silently stands in the elevator as it climbs to a non-existent floor that can only be accessed with special credentials. Special clearance, okay. The doors slide open, and he walks down a gray corridor and toward an arched door. A device with a faint green light scans his eyes. Then, the door quietly opens. Before him, a scene unfolds. It's vastly different from the dull gray and white of his surroundings earlier. Seemingly endless expanse of lush green trees stretches out under a grass dome of shiny silver roof.
First, we went ahead and recycled those abandoned flux nexuses. Then, we paid the N109 zone a visit to get info on Onykinus. Our Skyhaven gig is almost over. Where's our next stop? We practically spoiled Ever, and those old people in the fleet. We're like their personal hitmen.
Spoiled Ever, so they are not Ever?
Does he ever stop talking?
Don't think I won't beat you up because you're a kid.
You two, stop arguing. The professor said we're family, and families are all about love and kindness.
Viper leans against a massive tree. He puts his hands behind his head as he grumbles to himself. The other two are sitting nearby, a little boy and a girl wearing a black dress.
Where's Mr. Overprotective? Did he check in on his little hunter girl again? Healthy relationships are ideal, but the twisted ones, that's where the drama... Ah!
Before he can even finish, his head is made to spin 180 degrees. He finds himself staring into that brooding gaze. What's more frightening is that this person is genuinely smiling at him.
Your attempts to mess with me are lacking in creativity. Ah!
Where's the professor?
Yeah, so my guess was right. This guy has hyper regeneration or is not as easy to break or kill.
Inside! And can't you at least put my head back in place before you go?
Yes. Caleb said don't even think about her. Yes. A small mechanical bug flies in. It perches on his finger for a second before darting into the vegetation.
"14 years ago, Josephine and her team defected. They kept quiet about that kid being the best test subject. The Gaia Research Center was destroyed during the Chronorift catastrophe, and then the N109 zone took over. With Onikainus and those gangs around, retrieving their old experimental data and equipment is not an easy thing. Josephine and her researchers have been using fake names for years and kept this achievement of theirs a secret.
Oh my god.
But our investigation has paid off. Not to mention, Josephine and her traitors got what they deserved.
That means you found the child who disappeared back then.
From what we've seen and how she's been acting, her powers haven't activated yet.
The man with salt and pepper hair glances to the side. The youngster has entered the room.
Compared to that broken thing, I'm a weapon perfectly primed forever.
Did he just call us a broken thing? The audacity. I hope, Caleb, you are putting up a front so you can gain favor and intel on these people. Caleb calmly looks up and stares at the hologram in the air. It displays a massive hospital ward. In the darkness, there's a figure who's barely visible.
I've been waiting for many years.
The man on the hospital bed finally peeks out of the gloom. Half of his face is on the thinner side. His skin is so pale that it's almost transparent, and his voice carries the weight of pure fatigue.
So, don't make me wait anymore.
Of course.
After the man mentions a few key points, Caleb nods and walks into the lush green scenery. All is quiet. Then Professor Lucius raises his head, his gaze fixed on the hologram materializing in midair.
The Fountain of Atay will be put into motion, and Ever will soon reveal its revolutionary vision to the world.
The Fountain of Atay. I'm guessing they're meaning the Fountain of Life, something like that.
We'll track down the missing child, but now isn't the best time.
Remember what you said about how he'll rather take all the hits instead of letting us fight? Yes, I bet for his own well and mine and my mental health as well, I'm gonna start believing and assuming, and it will be a fact, that he's putting up a facade, I'm not sure, in front of these people, playing into their little game and toys and everything, just so he can gain information, intel, and be positioned as a key piece for them so he can block off the dangers and be ready and informed of anything that will happen to the MC. I'm just gonna believe that. I'm just gonna live with that theory. Not even gonna question it. He glances at the figure who has long vanished into the verdant vegetation, his gaze lingering on his right arm. There, hidden beneath the surface, lies the price Caleb paid to be brought back to life. Brought back to life.
At least